Well, hi, and welcome back to the channel. So this week we are staying right in the middle of Sydney, and we are visiting a waterfall. And it's incredible how these places can exist right in the middle of the city, and most people probably don't even know about them. Okay, let's go. What's the name of this waterfall? The name of the waterfall. Anyone know the name of the waterfall? Secret. Well, good morning, and welcome to the secret waterfall. That's because I don't know really what the name is. We're up close to Frenchs Forest, north of Sydney, half an hour from the city centre really. And right in the middle of this city is this fella right behind me. And it's quite working today because we've had a bit of rain around in the last week or so, so there's a bit of water flowing. There's all sorts of wildlife going on around us. When we pulled up, there was a kangaroo bouncing down the middle of the houses in the middle of the streets. I didn't get him on video, unfortunately, but he scarpered off into the woods. But this amazing little waterfall with some really gorgeous cascades coming down here. So what I'm going to do is have a look around and see if we can find some shots. First one here I've got is this little pool right in front of my camera. I've set the camera up down very low. I don't know if you can see that in the frame. Yeah, there it is down there. And what I'm going to do with this is get that little pool in the foreground, tiny little waterfall right in front of me here. We'll get that in the foreground as a foreground interest. We've got a little bit of green moss, you know how much I like green moss. So there's a bit of that around as well, so we'll try and capture some green moss, bit of waterfall here, and then the main cascade as well. I'll probably do this in both a landscape and a portrait shot, but let's kick off with the landscape, see if we can capture this first. Here comes the first shot of the day. So that was the landscape shot. Now what I've done is I've rotated the camera. I'll just close my bag. I just rotated the camera in a portrait mode here because obviously I'm trying to just capture everything in a line here. So portrait mode probably works quite well for the shot. So let's get this one in portrait. What I've done just in case here, I've noticed the top of the falls. There's actually a bit of mist coming over right now, but the top of the falls is really quite bright. So I've put a graduated filter on there just to bring down the very top of the fall because I really don't want to blow that out. And then what I've also done is I've 5-shot bracketed the shot as well. So I've got a bit of a choice of darker and lighter shots of the whole scene. So okay, let's get this in a portrait shot. Let's see how this turns out, and then we'll have a bit of a scout around and see what else is here. Check this one out. So what I've done now is, as you can see in the camera here, I've got this camera set up portrait again because I've just found another little hole in the rock there with some water just falling into it. And we've got some of these sort of bubbles flowing through the water too. So I'm just trying to see if I can catch a few of those bubbles moving through the pond. Obviously, I got the cascade in the background as the main shot. People flying drones. It's a crazy morning here. So. I don't know if you can see this in the shot here, but there's a couple of these bubbles just moving through. So what I'm going to do is take a shot unfiltered, then I'm going to put probably a 6 or a 10 stop ND filter on there, and just see if I can capture these bubbles moving through the shot to create a bit of a line straight into the shot. Anyway, let's get the portrait shot up first, and then we'll do a long exposure. Check it out. so that first shot was just a normal, about 0.6 of a second exposure here. Now what I've done is I've got a 6-stop ND filter in front of the lens, and I'm shooting for about 1 minute. And the reason I'm doing that is to try and capture some of these little bubbles in the pool in front, just moving around the pool a little bit, just to give it some extra character in the shot as well. So I may not do the whole shot as a minute. What I may do is do the top half of the shot as 0.6 and get some nice texture in the waterfall, and then a nice smooth underneath in the foreground there as well. Anyway, well, let's see how the shot comes out. 6-stop ND, graduated filter in front of the lens, and I've got the polarizer turned all the way on so that you can get maximum effect for these bubbles. Okay, let's check this one out, see how it came out. Alright, so I've come across all the way across the left-hand side of the falls. I've set the camera up a little bit lower because I'm trying to capture that bottom cascade right in front of the camera. What I really like about this shot is the actual rock has some patterns that kind of fan out, and it sort of takes you into the waterfall. I'm sure you'll see it more when you see the shot itself, but there's these lines in the rocks right in front of me. They're quite interesting, so I've set the camera up low to sort of capture that as well. Got a grad filter on just to take the edge off the top of the falls there as well. I'm being bitten by mozzies. And it's about a 0.6 second shutter speed on this one. So let's get this one done and see if there's anything else worth shooting here. Check it out. Alright, well that's it. We are done for the day. Isn't it amazing what you can find in the middle of the city? It's amazing waterfall. We've had a little bit of rain, so it's been working just fine. So what I'll do now is I'll put up all the settings for the shots. So I'll show you each of the shots and all the settings there as well. If you like the shots, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel. I was actually looking at some of the analytics for the channel just recently there, and it's interesting how there are more people that watch the channel that are not subscribed than are subscribed. And the good news is it's free, so subscribe to the channel. If you like this kind of content, there's more coming your way. We're out every weekend. So anyway, we're done. We're heading off for breakfast. We'll catch you in the next one. See you next time. Cheers.